I want to welcome, on behalf of the Itawamba Community College family, we'd like to welcome all of our guests to the Belden Center. You know, we take great pride in changing lives at Itawamba Community College. It's 5 counties: Itawamba, Chickasaw, Lee, Monroe, and Pontotoc. And Lee County is our flagship county. We have 2 footprints over here that we receive extraordinary support. Before I introduce the governor, I would like to recognize some of the guests that we have here. And let me go ahead and apologize. As you know, when you do this, you're operating without a safety net. And so if I don't get you, just let me know afterwards and I will wash your car immediately after this. But we have Senator Bryant here with us today, Representative Randy Boyd, there you are, Representative Donnie Bell. Thank y'all for being here. Also, we have from Bill Benson, Chancery Clerk. Bill, thank you. And Gary Carnathan, thank you for being here. From our Lee County Board of Supervisors, we have Darrell Rankin that's with us today. From ARC, we have Mike Armour that is a alumnus of Itawamba Community College. At one time, I was his dorm daddy, and I could tell some stuff on him that
should have worked.
Yeah. That's right. I failed on you. But Mike is head of ARC, and over the past few years, we have, Governor, you have approved over $5 million for Itawamba Community College, and we certainly appreciate that. We have Shane Hooper from CDF. Shane.
And IHL.
And IHL, that's right. And from Create, we have Lewis Whitfield, who's the Senior Vice President. Thank you, Lewis. And we have the Fire Chief from Tupelo, Thomas Walker. Thomas, you here? And Clark Wise from the House of Representatives caucus there. Where's he? All right, good. And did I mention Mayor Jason Shelton?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Now Mayor Shelton's mother, Judy, worked for us a long time, and she has been just a wonderful person for us. And his dad, Jimmy Doug, has always been a strong supporter of Itawamba Community College. So if I missed any of you besides, just let me know. And I got my gloves and the hose out there, so I'll take care of that car. This past June, Governor Bryant was at the legislative retreat at the Vancourt South Center and joined us for lunch. And I distinctly remember that during that speech that you said, Governor, that this was the year of the community college. And that stuck with me, as all the presidents did that day. You know we would remember that. But one of the things I want you to think about, many times our state is listed on the bottom of everything. And I know that we're working hard to turn that around. The governor's working hard to turn that around. But Governor, you have rated by WalletHub.com the best community college system in the nation. In which we're very proud of that. Also, you are on the campus of Itawamba Community College, who was voted the 6th best community college in the nation by over 630 that was in it. So, Governor, we look forward to the great support for this coming year from the governor's office, and I want to present you the governor of the state of Mississippi. Welcome, Governor Phil Bryant.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, legislator's leader. Thank you, please. We have been here yesterday in Oxford, Northeast this morning, toured their workforce training. Mr. President, good to see you, David. Some of the most amazing workforce training opportunities in America. Now, I hope, and I would believe it would be true, that many of you here would believe that Itawamba Community College is the best community college in the state of Mississippi. So if, I'd applaud for that. So if WalletHub, and we don't always agree, but they got this right, if WalletHub says we have the best community colleges in America, and you believe Itawamba is the best in Mississippi, then they must be the best in America. That's the way that works. So the question is, what am I doing here today? I want to come see one of the best community colleges in the United States of America, and one that has had the perfect formula for all community colleges. If you look, there's a WIN Job Center there. So as we bring the next generation of the workforce for the state of Mississippi, as we bring them in, we want to make sure not only do we teach them how to go about finding a career, not just a job. I want these young people and those that are non-traditional students to come back and have a career. And so we want to walk you right across the hallway and get those at the WIN Job Center to find you that great job, that 2-car and a boat job. That's what we want to find everybody. You can get 2 cars and a boat out of it, and it'll be a traditional job that hopefully you can help pass on to your son or your daughter, that generational opportunity. So when you say, when I leave this job here at Toyota or here at Ashley Furniture or wherever you are at, Airbus Helicopter in Columbus, you can say, I'd like to talk to the boss about maybe bringing my son or daughter on. See, those times are here and now. When I came into office, during just at the end of the Great Recession, our unemployment rate was about 9.5%. Today, it's around 6.4 and headed down. Now, that's a turnaround. It's not something I did alone. It's not something these legislators did behind me, although they had a dramatic effect on it. But it was the private sector. Entrepreneurs, as we just left a plastic molding company just outside of Booneville, Mississippi, that makes 1 million washers a day. Now, that doesn't sound very exciting unless you're selling washers. And when you can make 1 million a day, they're making table legs now for furniture. The furniture industry is exploding here. It's growing. Rooms to go. We just opened a new facility not long ago. I mentioned Ashley. You'll see more from Ashley and expansion. All of them that are now looking at the great opportunities of reshoring. China's not as attractive as it used to be. I hate that for them. We're just as pretty as we always were. We're just as effective. We have just as good a workforce as we've always had here in Mississippi, but they're getting better because we found that if we have a robust community college program, and we've been trying to put about $20 million a year into it. I tried to put 50 last year. Hopefully this year we'll get 50. And that's not $50 million out of the general fund. We're not going to take that from highways or from Medicaid or from K through 12. That's $50 million we have in the reserve fund at Employment Security Commission, because we've had a 24% less demand on unemployment in the state of Mississippi. More people are working, less people need unemployment, the reserve fund grows. Well, there's only 2 things you can do with it. You can pay people who are out of work. We don't have as many people out of work. Nearly 40,000 people have found jobs. And so we don't have as many people out of work, or you can use it for workforce training. I hope the legislature this year will join me in putting that in the community colleges. You see, we need to update the equipment. They're doing a remarkable job all over the state of Mississippi. But many are working in environments where they need new equipment, expansion of their facilities. The demand is remarkable. Because you see, now we have non-traditional students. That's folks that are getting a little older, and they want to come back. They're one of the largest, as I appreciate it, largest populations coming back to community college. Some of them have BS degrees. They have bachelor's degrees from fine universities, but to find that job that they want, they have to come to community college. So I'm here today to see what advances we're making, what I can do to help, how we can close that gap. We've got an app called Mississippi Works. You can go in your app store and get it for free. And when you apply that app, it will show you the number of jobs that are available in Mississippi. And last time I looked, it was around 32,000. You can type in what you would like to be. If you want to be an engineer or you are a trained engineer, you can put that in there. It'll show you every engineering job that we have available. We cross-reference the colleges and hopefully community colleges and WIN job centers, and it'll show you where those jobs are at. It'll show you how qualified you are to have one of those jobs. Then it'll let you email the human resources director at that particular location and say, I'd like to apply. It's a remarkable app. But we have 32,000 jobs. Our unemployment rate, as I said, is around a little above 6%. So there are a lot of people that are looking for jobs, and I've got a lot of jobs that are looking for people. We've just got to put them together. Now, you'll see in just a short period of time, one of the most dynamic, workforce training plans that any state has. I will tell you, we stole James, and he's doing a remarkable job, but our workforce board has been studying and working hard to put this plan of a workforce moving forward into the new advanced manufacturing that we will see and need into the future. Now, it'll take some funding. Everything does. But if we're going to spend money, let's spend money on something that makes money. Workers make money. They pay taxes. They buy automobiles, hopefully Toyotas and Corollas, and maybe Nissan. They go out and buy a new home, so they live the American dream. So those young men and women that were learning to smooth out cement at Northeast just a little while ago will find wonderful jobs in the construction industry that's coming back. Great things are happening. I'm proud to be a part of it. Now, the men you see behind me and other men and women that are members of the Mississippi legislature do remarkable things. When we go to them and ask them for support, when the Oklahoma Tire Company was looking at 28 different states, over 3,000 locations to build their first greenfield site. They're about to open in a month and have their first 500 employees. We look to have several thousand over there before the plant's finished. When they came to Mississippi, and I went to the Mississippi legislature and said, we need an incentive package that will bring them here, because believe me, other states were trying hard. The Mississippi legislature stepped up, said, we will be a part of this. I believe that we did that in one day. I'm almost certain that we passed that bill in one day, and I signed it at 2 o'clock that afternoon. Now, when you can get something passed in one day in the Mississippi legislature, and the governor signs it that afternoon, that's remarkable. But that's the dedication that we see both in the lieutenant governor and speaker's office and members of the Mississippi legislature that understand, as I do, that Mississippi works. That we can do things that people are not expecting, like have some of the most advanced manufacturing in the nation, like lower our unemployment rate, like put $50 million into workforce training through our community college, like make radar systems as we do at Raytheon in Forest, Mississippi, that are unparalleled in the world, the most advanced radar systems in the United States, which means also the world, in Forest, Mississippi. Yeah, if you want to get the most advanced warships on the planet, you need to go to Pascagoula. If you want to see where the propulsion system is being tested and will put man on Mars, you have to go over to Hancock County at John C. Stennis Space Center. You can come right here if you want to see where 70% of the center and cartridges or rimfire cartridges for Winchester are made. You go to Oxford, Mississippi. You see, as I travel this state and see those amazing things, I think about that young man and woman that will be in these workforce training centers, those middle skills in a community college, that just simply dreams of having an opportunity for a career one day. And we're going to keep working hard with leadership like here in our community college and here in this Northeast Mississippi region. As I tell you, this is a beautiful area. Not only is it phenomenal growth happening here, but this is where you want to raise your family. This is where many people want to come and live. And as the minute we get them here, they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave, and we don't want them to. So thank you for what you're doing. You're going to see more amazing things coming. Just our K through 12 educational program, as we talked about how we're trying to teach children to read, not just trying, we are going to. So we see improvements there. 91% of those children now can pass at least at the earliest level of reading in the 3rd grade. We put $39.5 million. Children have to learn how to read or they'll never make it here. They'll never be a student here if they can't learn how to read. We are going to teach children to read. Now, that's not very complex. We just simply must dedicate ourselves to the proposition that those children deserve to read and they can read, and we're going to teach them to do so. And then we're going to make them fine students for the future. So I'm going to get up and take a look. I just wanted to tell you some of the things that are going on and tell you how much I appreciate you having me today. Thank you. What we're doing now is looking and visiting with our presidents of Northeast Community College and Itawamba Community College, because they are two of the finest in training of the middle skills. Those children that we need, and I say children, I have adult children, those young adults that we need to make sure that they're going out beginning their engineering career, but they start here, maybe as an electrician, a carpenter, or a plumber, preparing them to go to work at Toyota, doing advanced skills training for manufacturing of the future. And community colleges do it better than anybody. Wallet Hub has said Mississippi has the best community colleges in the United States of America, and part of that is their robust workforce training programs.
Absolutely. Now, what does that mean as far as increased funding maybe for community colleges down the line?
We need to. We have last year asked the legislature for an additional $50 million that is in reserve now at our state unemployment agency, because we've got a 24% less demand on unemployment payments in the state of Mississippi. So we can take that $50 million and put it at community colleges for additional training, so those young people that come out of this workforce training program can get a job, and not only that, can get a career. And that's what we're looking forward to. We need more of them. We've got about 32,000 openings just now on our Mississippi Works app that we need people to fill jobs, and we're training them every day at community colleges.